time for a look at the TV ratings for week 40. James is here to take us through them all. Week 40, really?
Not long to go.
Listen, free to air, top 10 first. And,
yeah, Blacklist premiered very well for 7. We might see next week if it can back up from that. The Fleet Review spectacular. The fireworks for the ABC, yeah, look fantastic. Their highest rating program for a long time.
Yeah, and just turning the page for the rest of the top 10
Marvel's
there.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Also premiered fantastic for the ABC, and New Tricks did well for 7, New Tricks for the ABC.
Yeah,
You
we know what you mean,
yes.
Exactly. And of course, NRL ratings, we had the final.
Of course, yeah. It was on Sunday night, so it'll show up next week. But yeah, it was a big night. Good figures for 9 there.
So we'll talk about that next week. Let's turn and have a look at the subscription TV top 10 for week 40 there. And yeah.
Dally-M Awards, a few familiar faces, Location, Modern Family repeats on Fox 8, of course.
And obviously we were speaking to the Fox Sports CEO a little earlier in the show.
English Premier League doing well there
top
too.
Top 10 there. And Phil Spencer for Lifestyle as well. Coming back to some other news as well, Network 10 signing up as a broadcast partner for the 2014 Actor Awards.
Yep, coming up in the last week of January next year, and 10's making the bold decision to put them on their primary channel in prime time. So I think 8:30 at night on the last Thursday in January we'll see those sort of Australian movie and television awards.
Now, we've had the US Emmys, now the international Emmys are coming up, and there have been nominations for 2 Australian programs.
Yeah, the what were they? The Cordell Jigsaw, Go Back to Where You Came From, and the Mrs. Biggs from December Media. That was a co-pro with ITV. Best, I think it was factual reality show, and the other one was for the Best Actress award in Mrs. Biggs.
Of course, MIPCOM, the big TV market in France, in Cannes.
In Cannes underway now. They buy and sell lots of TV programs.
Any news?
Fremantle Media's been feeding back news that they're doing very well still with Sales of Wentworth, the big drama for Foxtel. I think in about 20 plus countries now, and they're also closing deals for Series 2, which we'll see next year. BBC announcing they're going to be investing a lot more funding in sort of factual natural history, ending a deal they've had with Discovery for lots of programming they'll be spending in their own right.
Nielsen launching Twitter TV ratings.
Yeah, we need to get someone on one day to sort of help us cut through all this, because I mean it's great feedback. I did a lot of work in the early days trying to correlate between Twitter mentions and TV ratings, and they don't quite work. Peter Wilshire's from Nine's been on talking to us about it in the past, but it's something we need to investigate a bit more.
All right, okay. Just in terms of 10 as well, it's releasing an Eyewitness News app, and SBS also with a new on-demand app. Is this going to take away from regular viewing, affect the ratings?
Look, it will long term, but it's a space, all the networks are getting into it now. It's just giving viewers another option to view. You can also stream the 10 Eyewitness Evening News live, I think, through the app, and you can become a citizen reporter. If you see something, you can film it and sort of send it in via the app as well. So it's got 2 purposes it serves there. But yeah, it's a space. We'll see a lot more about it, and we'll find out some more, I think, about what 7's plans are at their upfronts, I think probably in a fortnight's time, and what they're doing with apps and digital viewing options.
I wonder too, as well, obviously 10's financial results coming up next month as well. Something we've been talking about every week, just you checking obviously on the share price moves and the ratings as well. Have you got an update for us for this week?
Look, I think they won't be pretty figures. They've had a pretty tough year so far. 10 will be the first to admit that. They certainly want to be doing a lot better, but they've just got a whole raft of new programs. We're going to find out very soon when the breakfast and the morning shows are going to start. We should know that by this time next week, although I've thought that before, but we never did. But that's not central to their offering, but it's just part of the overall picture. So it's a long-term recovery at 10. Look, next year they'll be really wanting to see things moving.
All right, James, always great to see you. Thank you so much for
Thanks,
that.
Bridie.
James Manning there from Mediaweek. Well, that is all we have time for on this week's Mediaweek program from the team here. Thanks for your company.